The combine's come and gone. That means it's time for mock drafts. We've gotten to pick number 4, the luckiest team in the NFL, the New England Patriots. The best player in this draft has fallen right in your lap. I can go ahead and tell you you're taking him at 4, but what do you do from there? I'm Jeremy Green of ESPN Radio Asheville and NFLDraft.net, and this is a 3-round mock draft for the New England Patriots.
Ain't no truth on the radio station. Somebody owes me an explanation. I get knocked down, I get back up.
The Sportsocracy.
And I'm unapologetic.
New England sits at 4. Travis Hunter falls right in their lap, and this shouldn't take more than 2 or 3 seconds for them to run this card up to the podium. I believe this draft is really, at its heart, it's a 1A and 1B situation with Travis Hunter and Abdul Carter as the 2 best players in this draft. What I can't wrap my brain around is exactly how Travis Hunter is going to play. I do know that he wants to play both ways. He was very explicit about that at the combine. I think in New England, he would play as the 2 at corner on the opposite side of Christian Gonzalez. I love him in this system. His zone coverage grade is not much above his man coverage grade. I think he's going to be a stud in zone sets, just with the ability to read and react. As for wide receiver, I think he does that somewhere in the neighborhood of 25 to 30 snaps a game. He would be the number 1 receiver in this class, too. Some teams said they viewed him predominantly as a receiver. Some said they viewed him predominantly as a corner. I can't see how anybody would not want to have him on the field defensively. But I also don't see how you wouldn't want him on the field offensively. Kid is the best two-way player that we've ever seen as a prospect coming into the NFL. And New England lucks up and gets him right here at 4. This just falls right in his lap. The good thing is that since the free agency period didn't quite go the way New England wanted, you didn't have T. Higgins, didn't have Trey Smith. They're going to spend considerable money and probably not get an elite number 1. Travis Hunter can be that guy. Might only be half the time, but he can still be that guy. Pick number 4, Travis Hunter to the New England Patriots. From there, you have to find ways to, I think you have to deal with the defense and address the offense. But I think the offense is going to be dealt with predominantly with free agent dollars. The most vocal, probably the loudest rumor that I heard at the combine, Ronnie Stanley is going to be a New England Patriot. They're just going to pay an amount of money that nobody else is going to match. Doesn't matter about chasing rings. None of that matters. A guy that's 31 years old is not going to be able to turn down that kind of money. So then you look at the line. I've kind of dealt with that because I've got the 2 guards that I'm kind of pot committed on. I still need to address right tackle. I can do that in the 3rd day. There are several of those guys. I need a defensive piece. And there's one that falls in their lap at 38, and I'm not going to lie to you. I don't think they could bypass him. It's Tyleik Williams, edge out of Ohio State, or nose tackle, out of Ohio State. This kid moves in a way that I have not seen many people move in my life. 6'3", 327 pounds. He actually came in a little heavier than that at the combine, if I'm not mistaken. And he moves like a 310, 305, maybe even 300-pound defensive tackle. I think this kid does not have to play zero tech, but I think he can. Comes in immediately as a really good run defender. I think he can be a net neutral pass rusher. It's never going to be a strong suit, but anybody that moves like that has the ability to have it coached into them. Pass rush win rate's low, but he will be a no doubt first and second down stuffer in the middle of that defense. Put Christian Barmore on the other side of him, and now you've really got something, I think, defensive line-wise, especially with Keon White. Now you're just getting more multiple. But this is the true nose that I think New England needs. In the 2nd round, Tyleik Williams out of Ohio State. New England has 2 picks in the 3rd round, number 69, number 77. I'm going to add a defensive piece, and I'm going to add an offensive piece. We start on the offensive side. You got to have a running back. You got to have somebody that can really give you some pop because, I mean, look, I get it. Ramondre Stevenson between the tackles is fine. He's nothing to write home about, but he's fine. A player that probably shouldn't be here at this point, TreVeyon Henderson, running back out of Ohio State. This is more the heavy hitter, the home run hitter of the Ohio State backs. Quinshon Judkins is the more power guy. TreVeyon Henderson is supposed to be the faster of the two. He wasn't at the combine. But you watch him on tape, and he definitely is. 21 carries of 15-plus yards last year at Ohio State. Not as many yards after contact, different things like that. He's just a home run hitter. This is a nice 1A, 1B with Ramondre. You have Ramondre to run between the tackles. TreVeyon can hit you over the top. This is one of the last really high-end running backs. There's a huge run in the second round. So right here at pick 69, TreVeyon Henderson to the New England Patriots. One last pick here, and it's one of my favorite players in this entire draft, and I think he fits what New England does so well, especially if you're going to keep moving Keon White around. I already said you needed to really have a add to the pass rush. You didn't do that with Tyleik Williams. You added a run stuffer. I want to add a pass rusher. This kid is about as good as we have in this class. It's just a very specific defense he plays in. It just so happens to be what New England plays. Here at pick number 77, Jared Ivey, edge rusher out of Ole Miss. This kid is the definition of a 3-4 D end that is going to get home and get home often. The crazy part is he was good against the run, too. Almost a 17% pass rush win rate. I know somebody's going to say this. He had Walter Nolan on the inside of him, Brisley Amon Malayan, Chris Paul back behind him, Trey Amos in the secondary. I understand all of those things. He was way better this year than he had been in the past. That doesn't change anything for me. I watched the tape. He's another one that's really fleet of foot for as big as he is. He strikes me as a Mike Vrabel guy. He's just a lunch pail. Yeah, he's mobile. He's all of those things, but he's going to go do the dirty work for your defense. I love this kid in any odd man front. Jared Ivey, edge rusher out of Ole Miss. There's 4 picks for the New England Patriots. That's how I think it would go right now. If you love these picks, if you hate these picks, if there's somebody you would like to know how they fit with New England or anything I heard in Indianapolis about New England, throw that in the chat. Throw that in the comments. I answer all of those. It takes me about a day. Most of the time, I'm a little behind from the combine because the combine was crazy. We will do 2 more sets of mock drafts. We'll do a 4-rounder after free agent. Actually, 3 more sets of mock drafts. We'll do a 4-rounder the week after free agency really starts. It'll still be going, but the big surge will have happened. We'll do a 7-rounder at the beginning of April, which is what I would do. I take over all 32 NFL teams. This is what I would do. And then my final mock, which is how I think the draft will go. And that is the week of the 2025 NFL Draft, and we'll be there live in Green Bay, Wisconsin. And it's all yours in the Sportsocracy.
Ain't no truth on the radio station. Somebody owes me an explanation. Well, I get knocked down, I get back up.
The Sportsocracy